So when you're graphing an angle, if it's a positive angle, we're going to do one of each. We're going to do maybe a positive 600 degrees and negative 730 degrees. Okay, so positive 600 would be all the way around 360. You go in this direction here for positive. And then we need another 240 more. So this is 90, 180. And this is down here is 270. So 40 more would be somewhere around here. And this would be 600 degrees. That's 0, 90, 180, and 270. So if you're starting all over from here and you need to do another 240, it's going to be somewhere between 180 and 270. So you know it's going to end up in the third quadrant. Okay? This angle ended up at 240 degrees. Okay? 240 and 600 are coterminal. They end up in the same place. But this is like if I were to go to my house via Concord or go straight via 485 and get to my house, I will still get there, but Concord I'm kind of going around in a loop first, okay? I kind of got lost, okay? But both angles end up in the same place, but they have different measurements. 600 goes around one full time and then 240 more. 240 goes straight 240, but they end up. So they're called coterminal angles. So the last ones, they ask you, what is the reference angle? The reference angle is the closest distance to the x-axis, and it's always positive. Closest, and it's always positive. So if I were to ask you for the reference angle for this 600, which I'm not going to, the reference angle questions are later, but that is, how far am I from the x-axis? So that would be 60 degrees. I am 60 degrees from the x-axis. So negative 730, you go 2 full circles, and since it's negative, you go clockwise. You understand what clockwise means, like the hands of a clock. And you go twice around to get to 720, and you go another 10 degrees. So the reference angle, if they were to ask you for it, would equal 10 degrees, because it's 10 degrees from the x-axis. So negative 420 would be right there, because you would go all the way around in a negative fashion, clockwise, and then another 60 degrees to get to negative 420. Doing the reference angle, I'm kind of going to look and see where I am. Negative 68 would be easy because it's 68 below going in this direction. So the reference angle would be 68 degrees because it's that far from the x-axis. Give me one that's a little bit bigger.
Negative 586.
And that's not on your homework?
No, I'm just saying random.
All right.
It's close.
So what I'm going to do with negative 586 is I'm going to add 360 to it to get it out of the woods. That's what I call getting it out of the woods. And so it's one thing around in a negative fashion. Then I have to go 226 more degrees, okay? And remember, you're going backwards, but all of these quadrants are 90 degrees. So that would be 90. That would be 180. And then you have to go a little bit further. So it would be up here somewhere. Now, if I take negative 586 and add 360 once, I get negative 226. If I add 360 again, I get 134. And 134 is about right there. They're coterminal. So it's right. It's in the right place because that's from 90 to 180. It's somewhere between 90 and 180. Okay? So now, if that's 134 and the angle was negative 586, what is the reference angle of negative 586? It's the distance between here and here, and that would be 180 minus 134, 46 degrees. Different question.